All right, so what we're doing here, we're gonna try to protect some things over at Ron's. We got this jaboticaba, has not fruited yet, a couple years old. Over here we have this guava. I think we're gonna kind of pull it together, keep it at about 6 feet just to make it reachable. We'll cut it off at the top. We'll then take some of those branches and we'll try to overwinter them, put them in the greenhouse, have some cuttings from those. We're also going to protect this over here, this jaboticaba, and then this guava as well. So in a perfect world, in the future, I'd like to use some metal, but this is my first time ever trying to protect things. So we're going to use this. We're going to use, we've got this visqueen, this sheeting under here that we're going to use. And then we're going to try to wrap, this is a de-icing cable. We're going to try to run these kind of through each one of these little boxes. My thought is we don't want it to be too hot inside there, but we want enough ambient heat where we're going to get it. We're going to use these staples to staple on the visqueen. We're going to be using, I was going to use some old chicken straps, but I found this, so I feel like we can use this to attach to some of the 2x4s, get this cord here attached to it, make it nice and tight. And then what else do you need to know? I think that's about it. So we'll see. We'll let you know. We'll report back, see how this turns out. And yeah, hopefully we get everything staying alive. And we'll be able to see this compared to some other guavas that we don't cover. And who knows, it may even be unnecessary. I'm going to pull this together and just kind of keep it at about 6 feet here. So I've got this nice and tight. This will make it easier to go around it. And so I'm going to take off some of these top branches. I want to kind of be cognizant of, like, I want to leave some to grow. And all of this is cuttings that can be used. Here we're gonna, let's see. I think we'll stop there. There. Let's give it more. All right, so now we have some nice big cuttings. Okay. So that's going to be our base for that. I'll probably cut off some of those bottom branches too with the different sized snips, but we're going to do the same thing over here to this one. All right, so we'll update you once that's done. All right, so here is our first little example. Here's something I learned from this is probably would have been better to put all of these on the inside. So it's all even all the way around rather than this on the outside and this board on the inside connected here. So we'll try to do that to the next one. Also, should have got it a little lower down here. That's we'll put some more visqueen around that, and then in a perfect world I'll put some mulch all around the bottom of here. But we got this heating cable in there. I think it should heat it up. It should work. We're gonna give this baby a shot now. All right, so here's something that I think I've learned for the future. So when you have a fence, you can use it to your advantage. So we're gonna put some visqueen right here. What I should have done though, is I should have put the visqueen behind the 2x4, blocking the slats between them. But then we can just leave this here year after year, pop a 2x4 here, a 2x4 here, and then wrap the visqueen around it. So now you know better, do better. All right, both time is the essence of necessity, and however they say it, and also to do a little test. We'll get this one right here, and then we got this all wrapped up here. We're gonna leave this one over here uncovered, and leave this one uncovered, and that way we can kind of do a small sort of experiment. So We're gonna just knock these out right here, put some visqueen around it. We're gonna leave it uncovered until Sunday, and then Sunday we'll make a rooftop. And it's also really important that when the freezing temperatures are not here, that we don't keep it covered and bake it in the sun. So we'll take it off on Sunday, or whenever the temperatures get above 32. We'll pull the top off, let it breathe. If it's gonna freeze again, we'll put it back on. Cool. So this is the experiment at Ron's. We've got a nice little thing. We'll let it breathe. We're gonna come Sunday evening and take some visqueen, just go over the top of it. A smart person, I think, you're gonna get something like this and pull it over the top and have a piece of wood so that you can then take it off pretty easily when the temperatures get higher, when they get above 32. For right now, we'll just leave it like that, but we learned. What the? Man, this is Lonnie. What you doing under there, Lonnie?
I'm just storing some of these cuttings we got for winter of guava. So what I do is I take a piece, cut it down 4 or 5 nodes from the bottom, take away all the leaves, and just leave a little on top here for photosynthesis. And we're not really growing these, we're just keeping them alive.
Nice, yeah. I think we'll put these in the greenhouse. We can use some of this extra visqueen to cover them, and it's going to keep moisture in. We'll put them in a little tray. So yeah, this is, Lonnie did all these today. Good examples of possibility in the future in Castro guava. Thank you, sir. So here we are over at the corner project in the backyard. We did this in half, maybe a quarter of the time that it took, and then we'll put a top on it. But yeah, this is a good beginning. As we find more, we're gonna learn better ways of covering this stuff and keeping things alive. Here's the thing, if you don't know, typically in New Orleans, the most it freezes, the most it drops below 32 Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius, is about 8 times a year. If it takes us covering something 8 out of 365 days, for me, that's worth it to have guava, to have lemon drop mangosteen, to have some of these other things that will grow well in the ground 90% of the year, 96%, 94.3% of the year. All right, so here we have the Suriname cherry, and we don't have electricity on this lot, but we want to create some heat. So I've got little buckets like this underneath. Reason being, we get all cold during the day, and then at night all of this water will release heat and moisture into this. And so hopefully we're going to save some of these fruits. We got a bunch of fruit on here. The leaves have gotten some damage, but the fruit seem to be okay thus far, and we have supposedly dipped down to 31 about a week ago. So I think if we can keep the inside of this from freezing, we'll nurse these fruits through, and we'll at least be able to collect some seed from them and go forth that way. But like I said, filling up a few buckets around here with water, and then we'll build a little structure around here just as we did over at Ron's and at the corner project. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is why some work is better left to the professionals. This is gonna work, but it ain't pretty. But hopefully we're gonna keep a bunch of these fruits, and maybe we'll get another flower set this year in the spring. First time trying this. This is the thing. Always be experimenting. Abe, always be experimenting.